Okay, this is just a quick exercise on expanding brackets. I'm fairly certain most of you are okay with this anyway. Just going to push it a little bit further with a little couple of tricks into expanding three brackets. If you can cope with these, then expanding three brackets, you should be okay with expanding any set of bracket questions going. So the technique we're going to use is something called FOIL. And what I do is I choose a question. Let's start with a relatively easy one. 4b plus 5 times 3b plus 2. And what FOIL says is you multiply the first term from each bracket, because every term in this bracket must multiply by everything in this bracket. So we do the first terms. First term is 4 times 4b times 3b, which is 12b squared. The outer part is that 4b and the 2. So 4b times 2 is 8b. Inner is the 5 and the 3b. Which is 15b, and the last term is 5 times 2, which is 10. And often you need to check these, because you'll often find that two of them will pair off. These two pair off to give us 23b. Before I did that, I really should have checked. We've got positive times positive. They're all actually adds. So that's fine going through there. I don't expect most of you to do the FOIL part as fully as that. What I'd expect you to do is probably deal with them in place and in their order going through. So 4h times 9h is 36h squared. 4h times 3 is 12h. Minus 8 times 9 is going to be minus 72h. There's my 2h terms, so I'm going to get minus 60h and minus 24 for my digits on the end. So I just plug those in and check. What I've discovered with this sheet after the others started work is that the order of the powers should be decreasing in this sheet. So you should have any cubes, then any squares, then any h terms, and then the number term is on the end on its own. So there we go for that one. And let's put, oh, didn't finish this one off. This one is 12b squared plus 23b plus 10. 12b squared plus 23b plus 10. And we check them, and they're both fine. So that's doing those two. Level 8 is just expanding brackets which are squared, but remember when you're doing this, write out the two brackets. People get lazy with the two squares and they wind up doing dots and they miss out the middle term. So don't forget. So I'm not going to do this for you, but I'm going to put an exclamation mark on this one. Make sure a plus 3 all squared, you rewrite it as a plus 3 and a plus 3. Because a lot of people will write this as a squared plus 9, but it's not, it's a squared plus 3a plus 3a is 6a plus 9, and it's that 3a people miss out on level 8. Level 9 is a simplification process. You've got to multiply out the brackets and bring them together. But level 10, this is where we start getting into organising things so that we can actually do more complex problems. I'll just put a number in. That was question A. This is example B. example C there, and example D will be this last bracket one. So let's choose one of the bracket ones. Let's make sure it's got a negative in there so you can see what's happening. Yeah, I'm going to go for this last one. 5 minus 3x, 2x plus 1, and 9 minus 5x. And I'll show you the problem when you're typing things in here. First thing is choose two of the brackets to do. So I'm going to leave the last bracket. I'm not looking too closely. You might look at them and think which ones are nicer to do. You've got to multiply them all at some point anyway. So 5 times 2x is 10x. 5 times 1 is 5. Minus 3 times 2 is minus 6x squared. Xx is squared minus 3x. Collect the like terms on this one. So we get 5 minus 6x squared plus 7x. And that's multiplied by this 9 minus 5x. Now, there's two ways to go about it. The next step on this one. I tend to do separate rows just to show that I'm doing the multiplication and help me line things up. So I'm going to multiply the top line by 9. So it's each of these multiplied by the 9. So 5 times 9 is 45. Minus 6 times 9 is minus 54x squared. And 7 times 9 is 36. No, it's not. 63. 63x. Then below that, I'm going to be doing the multiplied by minus 5x. So this is add. Minus 5x times minus 5 is minus 25x, and I'm lining it up with what I had before. So 5 times minus 5 is minus 25, line it up with the x term. I've got minus 5 times minus 6, x squared is x cubed. There is no x cubed term, so I've got minus times a minus is plus 30x cubed, nothing to line up with. And I've got minus 5 times 7 is minus 35x. Oh no, 5 times that, minus 25x, x squared, sorry. So 5 times 35, x squared, negative. So that means that my solution to this is to do the equals for each term. I've got 30x cubed plus 45 minus 89 x squared. 63 minus 35 is 38. 38x. So if I type this in, we'll get an error. And it's because of the way they have programmed it. It doesn't put things into the right order by index itself. You're not wrong leaving it in this form. It's just that the sheet might mark it wrong. So do a check, and it comes out this is in the wrong way round. So let's take 45 to the end. And check it again. So I haven't actually changed any of the values, I've just changed the order they appeared. Okay, so that's how you can put those into the sheet. It's just this separating out helps organise your terms. Okay, that's the solutions.